dropping those bits completely, like no transfer?
Yes.
Okay, this point was made before that. Yes. Just make sure.
Okay, good. And group 3?
Yes. Like since data length works on like switch, right? And like how many types of switch are there?
How many types of stuff?
Switch are there? Just like the basic category.
I'm not sure on that one.
Because like the switch works differently than each other. Some switch. And maybe enterprise switch could be a little bit works differently. And just home switch works a bit differently. And like how many types of switch are there?
I'm not sure on that. We could definitely get back to you on that one. Do some research.
Yeah, the switches are not in this section. We will cover the switches, I believe, next time. So we haven't talked about switches yet. Which group was that? Okay, so group. Oh, group 5.
Next group.
Do we have group 4?
Yes, how my day was.
No, I was going to ask you. I was actually going to ask you about the advantages or disadvantages of the piggyback model of the first one that was shown.
The going back versus the
not switch. This one was piggyback, where each bit was being thrown down, and then it goes back up. It was the first animation that you had before we did any of this.
The video.
Oh,
The video.
What are you asking?
Well, basically, what's that one disadvantage? What is the one is there a disadvantage to using that technique? I mean, how does it, what happens when it times out is what I'm saying.
The problem with that is that you need a buffer space on the sender and the receiver to hold bits if you don't get one bit, because you need to hold, like if this was, we'll go back to the animation. Look at that.
Reactive using button.
I like that.
responsive.
So like right there, it's, as that's going down and all that stuff, what if one of those doesn't return?
Well, you can see here that the window is of a certain size, so it can hold all of the bits that it receives in that window, and if it doesn't get one of the bits in that window, it won't send the acknowledgement, so then the sender will know after a certain amount of time to send that bit again.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, good question. And then the next group. Group 5 already asked question, right? So group 6 already asked. Okay, group 7. Do we have anyone from group 7 here? Okay. And group 8? Who's group 8? I don't know.
The different protocols that you talk about, are there any that are more efficient than the others?
I think that depends on what sort of context you want to use that in. Like if you didn't want to have that much data stored on either the receiving end or the sending end of the physical layer, then you wouldn't want to use one with a larger window that you can store data that it needs to wait for any packets that were lost.
Okay, and the last question from group 9.
So I had a question about your video here. The first time it sends the sender sends anything, it just sends 1 frame, and then the second time it sends 2 at the same time, and then the third time it sends 4 at the same time, and then 8. Is there a reason why it changes the amount that it sends each time?
I think this video is just trying to illustrate how the window size can be different.
Okay.
I want to say if I remember correctly, it was that each time it sends a correct one, I believe it gets a little bigger in that it like trusts the network a little more.
Okay.
But I forget if that was a certain type of protocol that did that.
Is that managed by like a incremental value in the code, or is there some
Yes.
sort of algorithm?
I want to say it'd be an algorithm to be like every time everything comes and goes to correctly increase by
Now, if
1.
it fails, does it go back to like the reset value, or does it stay at
I forget
whatever
on
it
that
was
one.
prior to that?
I want to say it stays the same. I want to say, but I forget that shit.
Okay, very good. Let's applaud the presenters.